What's your thoughts about Feudy, 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 about the Feudy beauty? I am tongue-tied today. About the Fenty Beauty products. Say that 3 times in a row. Hey Luv Bugs, welcome to my channel. I am Navy Marlowe, and today I'm going to do a video on the Fenty Beauty products. I'm going to do a review on what my thoughts are about the product. I have the foundation and the concealer now for a couple weeks, maybe a little longer than that, maybe about a month or so. The reviews that I've been seeing online, I feel like they all align together, and not saying that they aren't organic or truthful reviews, but I just know my review is different for the most part. I do have dry to oily skin. Winter months, I'm a little bit more dry than oily, and then in the summer months, I am a lot more oily. Actually, in the summer months, I'm completely oily. So I've already used these off of camera. Being her concealer, I've worn 2 or 3 times out and about for majority of the day. So I already have my own thoughts about the product, but I wanted to get on camera just to show you guys, you know, how I apply it, what it looks like on my complexion. So yeah, so I'm just gonna get right into it. I'm going to use her foundation, her concealer, and her setting powder. And I have her foundation in the 360. So if you're interested in what my own personal views are about the Fenty Beauty line, stay tuned. Okay, so I have already moisturized my face. I've moisturized and I primed. I'm now going to take my Sephora 202. I'm going to take this brush and apply the Fenty Beauty foundation. And just for the record, this is the Soft Matte Longwear foundation, and I am in the color 360. Now, for the record, this goes on really smooth, and it's really thin and light and airy feeling. It does not feel thick or heavy. And it definitely is full coverage. And when I first got the foundation, I had got 350 because they matched it with my chest. And I tried it on in the store. You know, I had the Sephora person help me out. And it was actually between 350 and 360. So I tried it on in the store. You know how when you're in Sephora, the lights and the mirrors, you can't really tell. Everything kind of looks like it matches. Anything that looks like it doesn't match in the store, you know for certain that it doesn't match. But if you try something on and it looks like it matched, you really don't know till you get at home or get outside and then you're in like really real light. So that's what happened. I got home and I actually wore it going out somewhere, and I put it on and I left the house and I was like, ooh. I was bright as a light bulb. Like I was bright. And that's not my even tone complexion is olive. It's not peachy. So I wore it about 2 times because I said, well, I matched it with a different type of concealer. But then I'm like, no. So I did try it. I wore it two more times after that. And I was like, no, this is just too bright. It was too light. I just felt too ashy. Maybe if I find a picture, I can link it in here. I did take some selfies that day, thinking I was cute. Thinking I was cute, girl. When I took them selfies, was ready to post. I was like, ugh. Come on now, Fenty. So 350 did not work for me. So I went back a couple weeks later and I got the 360 and came home and I was like, I knew I should have went with 360. 360 was my first guess. They always say go with your gut. Okay, so this is definitely full coverage. So let me just say that. The Pro is definitely full coverage. It is buildable because it's so light, but you don't need, you only need one layer, one coat. Like, it feels so, like I don't have anything on. Like, it doesn't feel sticky. It doesn't feel like cakey. So I am all in on her foundation. I'm not gonna lie. Like in the beginning, when I went and got that 350, I was disappointed and I was a bit saddened. But then I said, you know what, maybe go back, try the 360, girl, because you was gonna get the 360 at first. Go back and get that 360. I remember laying in the bed like, I should go back and get the 360. Went back and got the 360, and voila. So yeah, so if you have oily skin, this foundation is for you. If you're looking for full coverage, this foundation is for you. If you have olive tone skin, this foundation is for you. So I am sold on her foundation. Before this, I was using NARS. NARS makes me a little oily, not as much as some of the other brands, but Fenty, can't go wrong with the foundation if you have oily skin. Okay, so I went offline to do my eyebrows and put a little bit of eyeshadow on my eyes and put some mascara on my lashes. Eyeshadow, I have Morphe on. Matter of fact, I'll just leave what I have on in the description box below. But I kind of just wanted this video to be geared towards the Fenty foundation and concealer and the setting powder. So now I'm going to go in and apply the Fenty Beauty concealer, and it is called the Pro Filtr Instant Retouch Concealer. So now I'm going to try the 350. So I have 360 foundation and I'm going in with the 350 Pro Filtr concealer. And this stuff is very creamy. You know, it makes me think about NARS. NARS is my go-to concealer. I love NARS. And it's, so let's say if NARS, on a scale of 1 to 10, if NARS was a 5 and creamy, this is probably an 8. It's really creamy. And you don't need to let this sit long. I made that mistake when I first purchased the product, and I was sitting here like, let me give it a minute to work in. And then I waited maybe 2 minutes. I don't know, but I waited a while. So let me stop talking then. Go ahead and put this in. But you do not need to wait long. You see how it's already like, this stuff is like the truth. It's nice and thick. I don't necessarily think that I would use, I just don't feel like you should have to work this hard to get some concealer to blend in. Like, I think if you are doing like a dramatic look and you needed like some real coverage type makeup, I would say go with this concealer. But this is like, I literally, my arm is like, it's good though. It's good and nice and thick. It does blend very well. Like, it's just the time that it takes for it to, whew. So I got them guns, girl. Okay. So I'm just going to put some down here. I don't do this too often, but just so you guys get a good feel of what this product looks like, how it lays, I want to give you the full. Now see, I didn't let that sit in long at all. Like, Sometimes with NARS, I'll go in twice. I'll double up. But this is really thick. It's dry already. Like, this stuff is no joke. If you have really oily skin, like, this stuff is the truth, honey. I start out dry, so this stuff makes me dry. Like, right now, it's really, I feel tight, I feel pulled. It doesn't feel cakey. It still feels light, but it definitely is matte on matte. It is the concealer is matte, the foundation is matte. I would definitely wear this in the summertime. But for me personally, my skin isn't that oily to where I would have to wear this in the wintertime. I think I would stick with my NARS products in the wintertime and then probably go Fenty in the summertime. Or I was thinking I would do Fenty foundation with other type of concealers, because I have, you know, I know everybody's like, oh, you mix products. I do. I mix products. I solely believe in you do what works well for you. You listen to your body, you listen to your skin, you listen to your hair, you listen to your nails, you listen to your soul, and you do what works well for you. What works well for you may not work well for the next person, and what works well for them may not work well for you. I realized that I would probably do the Fenty foundation with more of a hydrating or more of a liquidy concealer, just to balance out the two. So that's that on the concealer though. So again, this is 360 foundation with 350 Pro concealer. So now for the setting powder. Backstory, I had initially went to Sephora when I got, well, no. I went to Sephora when it came out with the concealers and the setting powder. So what was that, last week? Was it January 11th? What's the day? 1/1/1/1. I went and I purchased the cashew. Did a whole full makeup look and was like, the cashew did not work out for me. And I may have a picture. I think I was so disappointed that it didn't work out that I didn't even take any selfies or pictures. Went back last week to return the cashew, and the lady told me that she would give me a sample instead of purchasing, because I said, well, I don't even know how the banana's going to look, because I didn't know whether I should get banana, or I think the next one was honey. And I know online it states like if you use a certain foundation, then your color, then you should get a certain setting powder. When I went up there, I initially said that I was going to go with the banana after I did my research and went online and looked at some other ladies that were in my tone. Basically, I'm just using a sample. It's in the color banana. Let me just show you guys. So this is how, when I pick up the product, this is how it absorbs on my beauty blender. To me, that says it's on the cakier side, because I'm gonna take my Laura Mercier with another sponge, and this is wet. My beauty blender was wet as well, and I'm gonna go in and dab that. I don't know if you guys can see that, but the product just cakes up in one area. It like absorbs to one area of the sponge, whereas in the Laura Mercier, it absorbs all throughout the sponge, which when you put it on there, to me, it would give it less of a cakier look. But let's see, shall we? The smell is, I know, I almost felt like I had to sneeze. So the smell is a unique smell. It does have a fragrance to it. It's almost similar to the Huda setting powder. I do feel like the Huda setting powder is a little more fragranced, but this smells almost like a fresh linen. It smells good, but I know everyone can't do fragrances in their makeup and stuff like that. I don't mind it. Certain things do bother me, but it actually smells good to me. It smells like a fresh, like a fresh linen or a bounce sheet almost in that family. Yeah. Let that sit for a little bit. Then I'm going to go ahead and brush it off. Wipe me down. Ayy, wipe me down. Ayy. I'm going to take a smaller brush just to get into my corners of my eyes. So I'm just going to be honest, because this is an honest review, right? The title of this video said Real Honest Fenty Review. This stuff is dry as heck. When she says matte, honey, it's matte. It is matte to the core. So you guys out there who have extremely oily skin, honey, get to Sephora, boo. Log online, type in FentyBeauty.com and go get you some Fenty, boo. Because this stuff, I mean, it's like, it's so dry. It is like, and it doesn't feel like I have anything on my skin. So I'm amazed at how lightweight it is. I'm gonna go in and use her matchstick. So I have her matchstick in Truffle. I love this matchstick. This is actually like one of the only contour sticks that I use. I have some other contour palettes, but once I went to this Truffle matchstick, I haven't been back to anything else. Okay, you guys, so I went offline to apply just some highlight, my lower waterline, and added some, just to smoke it out a little bit. I used the same shadow that I used on the top. I used it on the bottom, and I did my last, and I put my setting spray on, and I used the Morphe setting spray. So I'm going to go in and do a Fenty lip. So I'm going to use the Stunna lip paint. And this is the Unbutton, and I'm going to top it off with her gloss bomb. This is the Fenty Glow, and I'm going to outline my lips with using the Cork, the MAC lip pencil in the color Cork. But first, I'm going to apply some lip primer. I always apply lip primer, and I'm just using some MAC lip primer. This product is basically not going anywhere. It is so dry and so matte. It is, you know, some products can move around on your face, and by the end of the day or end of your work day, or you got product here and there, you got stuff smeared, you have this stuff, it is here to stay until you go under some soap and water or some makeup removing pads. This stuff is there. I think her product is a great product. I think the foundation is excellent. I think it's excellent because it does not feel like you have on anything. I really feel like her products are made for people with extremely oily skin, and I think her products will be great for someone with combination skin to wear in the summer months. I don't particularly see myself wearing her foundation and concealer on a regular basis, only because it is extremely dry. Both products together, it's just dry. It gives you a flawless look, don't get me wrong. Like, I feel like the look is immaculate as far as its full coverage. I mean, and she has so many shades. So I thought I wasn't going to be able to find my color, but I did. So I would definitely recommend this product. The concealer is very creamy. It's extremely creamy. The only con was that you have to, you know, blend it in right away. Otherwise, it's gonna take, you know, some strong guns basically to get that product to blend in on your face. But it is, again, it blends good. It just takes, you know, a little more work to blend it in. But I definitely, that wouldn't be a concealer that I would wear in the summertime just because it's so thick and creamy. Although it is thick and creamy, it still does not feel cakey at all. Like, I wish you guys can feel what I'm feeling. And you can if you go out and buy this product. But it just, like, it feels so soft. Would highly recommend the foundation and the concealer. As far as the setting powder go, I'm not 100% sold on the setting powder because setting powders are used to set the face. So the fact that her products, the foundation and the concealer, are matte, once you add that setting powder, it just gives you an overly matte look. Again, I think it would be well suited for someone with extremely oily skin. I don't see myself wearing her setting powders on a regular basis. I do feel like the banana actually matched my tone with the concealer and the foundation. Me using the banana with the 360 and the 350 concealer was a spot on match. The cashew, not for my complexion. I do recommend that you guys do your research and go on her website and find out what colors she recommends for certain setting powders. Again, the banana setting powder worked best for my skin tone. Overall, I think it's a great product. I don't really have anything negative to say, but only that certain products work differently for different people and work better for others. The setting powder, the banana, was a spot on match for my complexion. It was a bit on the cakier side. I didn't stress that earlier. It is a little cakey compared to the other setting powders that I have used, compared to the Laura Mercier, compared to the Sacha Buttercup, and compared to the Huda Beauty. I can say that Fenty's setting powder is on the cakier side. But that is it, you guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you enjoyed the review. I hope I was thorough enough to give you my honest feedback on it. Please leave your comments. Let me know what your thoughts about Fenty Beauty. Let me know what your comments are about the Fenty Beauty. I am tongue-tied today. About the Fenty Beauty products. Say that 3 times in a row. What you think about the setting powders? Because I think that was my #1 thing. I watched other people's videos and I was like, the setting powder isn't really working that well for me like it is for some. But again, the only con that I have for the setting powders was that it is a little cakey. Something you can work through, something you can make work, you know, if you are really into, you know, her product or whatnot. And it did have a smell. The setting powder does have a bit of a fragrance to it. It was a pleasant fragrance, but not everyone can deal with fragrances on their face, and I get it. It's almost comparable to the Huda Beauty setting powder. Take it for what it is. I consider that to be a pro. You know, who wants to apply makeup on their face and a couple hours later, you know, it's moved or it's somewhere else or it's not there. So, so I do feel like you get your money's worth with this product. Setting powder is $32. It retails for $32. The concealer retails for $26. The matchstick, I showed you guys I used the matchstick to contour with, and that retails for $25. And the foundation, the most important part, that retails for $34. And then the lip gloss, I got the lip gloss I think last year, that retailed for 28 bucks, and the lip paint retail for $24. So all of our products are pretty much reasonably priced. They're not too expensive, and of course not too cheap. I do feel like you get what you pay for. So I hope you enjoyed this review. Feel free to leave your comments. Let me know what your thoughts are about the Fenty Beauty products, and don't forget to subscribe. See you in my next video.